The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Monday live briefing. The recording has started, and we'll go over the weather, today through, the rest of the week. So we will go ahead and get started. I know yesterday we had, some pretty bad storms across the area, especially from the Piedmont, Louisa, Fluvanna, down to the Richmond Metro, Prince George, New Kent, and Charles City as well had a lot of power outages. So we're aware of that. But fortunately, the next few days, at least through Wednesday, we're not expecting much in the way of storms. Although heat indices, will peak around 105 each day. Certainly not as hot as yesterday, but nevertheless, it's going to be hot and humid with above average temperatures from today through Wednesday. And then a rather significant pattern change is expected late in the week as a pretty strong summer cold front is going to come through, Thursday and Friday. And that'll bring, some unsettled weather, but by the weekend, highs in the lower 80s and potentially in the 70s. With a little bit breezy out of the northeast near the coast, with morning lows certainly in the 50s possible in spots by next Saturday and Sunday. And we'll go over this later, but marine-wise, we will have a period of solid small craft conditions with those northeast winds Friday afternoon and into at least Saturday. We do have the heat advisory for today for the southeast part of the area. This does include the Richmond Metro up through Tappahannock and most of the northern neck down into southeast Virginia and northeast North Carolina. And heat advisories are possible for part of the area tomorrow and Wednesday, with those max heat indices peaking around 105 degrees, with the highest values inland. And today, again, this is where we have our heat advisories with, still hot and humid conditions to the northwest, a little bit cooler, right at the beaches. And then tomorrow, maybe the heat advisory may be extended, but, heat indices, just short, pretty close to 105. So, nevertheless, it's going to be hot and humid regardless. And Wednesday, temperatures and the humidity especially ticks up a little bit with heat advisories more likely. So hot and humid and into Wednesday and then into Thursday, especially across our south and southeast zones as that cold front starts to come through. Although Thursday afternoon and evening, we are expecting numerous showers and thunderstorms. And you can see by the weekend the significant cool down with highs barely hitting 80 and possibly, in the 70s in spots. Just some isolated thunderstorms expected today through Wednesday with the severe potential, certainly not zero, but it's very low. And then the main weather concern outside of the heat in the next week is the flash flood and potential Thursday afternoon into Thursday night and maybe into Friday across our southern counties. This is the slight risk for excessive rainfall across the entire area. And this is valid Thursday into Thursday night and looks to be a fairly widespread, half to 1.5 inches of rain with localized amounts, of 2, 3, 4 inches likely in spots. And that obviously would be enough if it falls in a short period of time to result in flash flooding, especially, in your urban, low-lying and poor drainage areas. So we'll continue to monitor this and we'll get into more specifics on this as we get closer. Obviously, there is still some uncertainty with respect to timing at this point, especially if it continues into Friday or not. So again, you can see much cooler temperatures by the weekend and into Monday, with lows in the upper 50s to 60s in most areas, and your shower and thunderstorm chances peak Thursday afternoon into Thursday night, and they do continue into Friday. I mean, as that front moves south of the area, although the flood threat Friday most likely is across the southern half of the area, with the northern half of the area seeing just showers, with mostly dry conditions expected by the weekend. Low rip current risk is expected for the next few days at area beaches. And fortunately, hopefully we can keep it this way. No tropical activity expected in the next week. So switching gears to the marine side of things, we really haven't had much to talk about in a while for marine. We've just had sub-small craft conditions outside of storms. You can see Friday into Friday night, behind that cold front with northeast winds, we are expecting solid small craft conditions with gusts to near gale force, certainly possible. Northeast winds increasing to 20 to 25 sustained, gusts to 30 knots. And this isn't shown here, but the next slide, you can see by Friday night, and it's going to be a fairly prolonged period of elevated northeast winds with gusts to near gale force, likely in spots. So certainly high surf conditions you'll probably need some, or at least possible, if not likely, by Saturday at area beaches, given the elevated northeast winds. And with that, I'm more than happy to open it up to any specific questions. I'm going to stop the recording now.